Hi everyone, I've got toy bats, I've got a book about Wrigley Field, I've got Major League Baseball Hall of Famers Roy Campanella, Hank Greenberg, Mickey Mantle, Mel Ott on stamps. And while I do love these things, this is the best I'm going to be able to do if I want to get my Major League Baseball fix in, at least for a little bit. As most of you know, Major League Baseball announced its lockout will continue into the regular season. First week of games have been canceled. I'm guessing more to come. And these baseball owners who are billionaires, and magazines have said they made over $10 billion the 2 years before the pandemic, and yet not enough for them, clearly, as they wanted an idiotic 14-team playoff. They want to sell advertising on players' uniforms, not that we don't get enough advertising as is. And maybe the one good thing to come out of missing games is players have said if Major League Baseball went through with canceling games and not paying players for them, players would throw expanded playoffs and advertising on jerseys off the table. Sounded like owners were going to give players a 12-team playoff rather than 14, which isn't great, but better than 14. But now who knows how any of that's going to work. And it's sad. I mean, the pandemic has killed over 950,000 people in this country alone, has changed lives forever. Day after day, we hear more and more bad stories in Ukraine after Russia's invasion there. But yet, no baseball, the thing at least I need to help get me through these tough times. But no, baseball's just adding to the tough times by not playing. And I wonder, what is it the owners want? I mean, they playfully negotiated with players for over a 100-game season, then an 82-game season in the pandemic year of 2020, then unilaterally implemented a 60-game season. Commissioner admitted he wanted that all along, so did the owners. Then just last year, the owners tried to shorten the season again. Players thankfully didn't go for that. And now here we are looking at another shortened season thanks to labor strife. This time, first shortened season by labor strife since 1995, but the second shortened season in 3 years. And again, just what do the owners want out of this? They already have plenty. And since they don't seem to want baseball and have rejected offers from players, even though players have given in to them on a number of levels, they don't seem to like what's going on, and if they don't, I think they need to move on. And where do I even begin with this commissioner? I mean, calling the World Series trophy a piece of metal, saying this was a defensive lockout when it first began in December, but then waiting 43 days to begin negotiating. And even in mid-January, negotiations were few and far between until last week when the deadline of February 28th was put in to save the regular season. And then yesterday, here's the commissioner sounding jovial about the whole ordeal, that he's canceled games. Yeah, good job. Also seen practicing his golf swing in between meetings. What a great guy he is. In a league-owned network that I expect to defend the commissioner at every turn. What's extra tough about that? The commentators and writers, who are, at some of them, very intelligent people, yet they jam down our throats what we ought to believe. Well, to the people at that network, I'll decide what I believe and what I like. Thank you very much. And how will baseball get its fans back after this? I mean, I go back to the late 90s, early 2000s when most of my peers hated baseball, and there was no labor strife or anything back then. They just hated the way the game was played. If I went a day without hearing about how bad baseball was, I was lucky back then. So now those people have grown up, they have kids of their own. If those kids share their beliefs about not liking baseball, there's a loss of hundreds, if not thousands of fans. And then throw in the other young people and other people who either don't like the game now, as is, or may boycott because of this labor strife. And how does baseball go about getting those people back? Something they're not thinking about. And the people who I think suffer the worst in this are the ballpark workers. I mean, spring training should be booming right now in Florida and Arizona. But the ushers, the concession workers, photographers, and whomever else that at least make some money to give them a boost off spring training, and then those who work in big league ballparks when the regular season was supposed to begin won't get anything. That's incredibly sad. And then what about the restaurants that are by the spring training parks in Florida and Arizona? And then the restaurants by the major league parks that may not be as well attended now because they're not going to spring training. And then probably won't be going to the major league parks. We know they won't be going to the major league parks when the season was supposed to open. So they lose money too. The wait staffs, the owners of the restaurants, I mean, so they're getting clobbered in this. Worse than anybody, my opinion. You know, Bill Veeck, who was a Major League Baseball owner himself many years ago, 40s, 50s, 60s, once said, baseball must be a great game because the owners haven't been able to kill it. Well, if the owners don't kill baseball after this lockout is said and done, and in the years after, it won't be from a lack of effort by the owners. Tough time for sure. I just wanted to get this off my chest, give you my thoughts and everything. And I know this was long-winded. I thank you for watching this all the way through. You are very loyal and very helpful. I'll talk to you soon. I'll maybe have a little bit better news, better stuff to talk about by then. But in the meantime, take care. Keep doing what you're doing, which is hopefully something good, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care, everyone.